Good day, classmates, especially to our instructor, Mrs. Natalie L. Dominar. Welcome to our Chapter 2 entitled Crafting the Curriculum of EDOC 10, Curriculum Development and Evaluation, Emphasis on Trainers Methodology 3. Before we proceed, let me introduce to you myself first and the rest of the members. So I am Krystelle Mae Abuyog. Next, we have Rubelia Tenio, Lowell J. Blanes, John Michael Duterte, Christian David Bastasa, Charity Panugaling, Mary Glenn Butoy, Nia Jean de la Cruz, and Laika Nicole Montediramo. We are now in Module 3 that talks about the teacher as a curriculum designer. This module will provide the necessary concepts and activities that you as a teacher can refer to as you prepare yourself to be a curriculum designer. Our talking points for this session will be the Lesson 1, the fundamentals of curriculum designing, and Lesson 2, approaches of the curriculum designing. After this session, we will be able to identify the fundamentals of curriculum designing and appreciate the task of designing a curriculum. Let's start first with Lesson 1, the fundamentals of curriculum designing. So when we say fundamentals, it means it is one of the basic and important part which is primary rule so that the teacher will be able to identify and target and to ensure the main purpose na iyahang i-apply sa iyahang students. Curriculum as a planned sequence of learning experiences should be the heart and mind of every teacher. So, mao ni siya ang process sa pag-organize sa mga several lessons nga itudlo sa student. Purpose ani niya to create a smooth flow towards students in order to meet the objectives of the said topics or units and in order to achieve the learning outcomes of students. Curriculum also considered as the heart of any learning institutions. So for example, can you imagine if one person having no heart, can he or she will be able to function? So, in curriculum means that the school or universities or even institution can't function without curriculum. But always remember that the total learning experiences of the students are not only in schools, but in society as well. So we are now in purpose. First, every teacher as a curricularist should be involved in designing a curriculum. So as a teacher, maagi niya siya ang main rule as a curricularist. In designing, kailangan ma-provide ang necessary aspect that will enable the learners what you intend them to learn. Sa mga niagi na mga panahon, ang mga teachers designs a lessons or utilize a lesson that has been already made. Designing a curriculum is a challenging part sa isa ka teacher kay diri makita iyang creativity o style nga iyahang i-impart sa iyahang students. So next, the teacher design each curriculum with a specific educational purpose in mind. Ang ultimate goal is to improve learning capabilities, which is at this point main target ang specific learning outcomes sa isa ka students. So in other words, mo ni siya ang paagi sa isa ka teacher to plan a instruction. So like for example, if once a teacher design a curriculum, then sulod ang what will be done, who will be done, and what schedules to follow. So naa sila sequence nga dapat masunod in order to ma-achieve ang ilahang objectives. That includes series of experiences that at the end makuha sa isa ka students ang learning nga intent sa isa ka teacher. So let's proceed to building on Peter Oliva's 10 Axioms for curriculum designers. Every curriculum designer, implementer, or evaluator should take in mind the following general axioms as a guide in curriculum development by Oliva 2003. So first, curriculum change is inevitable, necessary, and desirable. One of the characteristics of curriculum is its being dynamic. When we say dynamic, naa siya changes. Through changes, life form grows and develop. So curriculum is not consistent itself. Sa atong na-observe is the change siya throughout the year. So it has been 4 years since Philippines shifted another educational system, which is the K-12 curriculum. So before tani come up sa K-12 curriculum, naa pa siya old curriculum. So example, past years we have primary education consists in 6 years. Secondary education, 4 years only, and tertiary education, we have 4 years. Societal development and knowledge revolution comes so fast that the needs to address the changing condition requires new curriculum design. As well as sa atong society. For example, in technology and society, kung saan nakipad lang ang cellphone, then nagka-high-tech, nagka-improve, which means through changes is na siya develop o ga-improve siya. So, curriculum needs improvements. That's why dili siya consistent. So, therefore, another methods ang ma-learn sa isa ka students and will be able to learn new skills. So, in 20th century, more on memorization sa lessons, gabay sa books, which is dito ang unlimited access of information. Then, naang attention tanan sa teacher or what we call information provider. So, sa niaging panahon is magingkod lang ang students tapos mamati lang siya sa teacher. So, muna siya itong gitawag nga teacher-centered. However, in 21st century, curriculum is connected to students' interest ug ga-focus sa performance sa isa ka estudyante. And this time, teachers are only facilitator. So today's curriculum aims to enhance learners' basic skills, produce more competent citizens and graduates for lifelong learning and employment. So in additional for K-12, so K stands for kindergarten and 12 refers to succeeding 12 years. 12 years of basic education. We have 6 years of elementary education, 4 years of junior high school, and 2 years of senior high school. So number 2, curriculum reflect as a product of its time. A relevant curriculum should respond to changes brought about the current social forces, philosophical positions, psychological principles, new knowledge, and educational reforms. This is also called timelines. This means that it was influenced and connected to the society we live in. So, kailangan siya mo response ug mo adapt sa mga changes within the environment or sa atong society. For example, nowadays we experience a pandemic crisis. So, the ways of teaching change. So, sa wala pa ang pandemic, we used to go to school, dito mag-lecture, o dito apod mag-perform og mga activities, and so on. So, tungod kay naamay niabot nga pandemic, wala na to siya ga-expect. So, the higher education is still continue the classes through online platforms. So, muna siya isa ka example na kailangan mo-adapt ang environment sa panghitabo sa karon. So, number 3, curriculum changes made earlier can exist concurrently with newer curriculum changes. So, a revision in a curriculum starts and ends slowly. Curriculum is gradually phased in and phased out. As I said before, ang curriculum is dili siya consistent. Tungod ani, curriculum which is the teacher has been challenged ug unsaon nila pag-handle in terms of ani nga mga situations. If once another curriculum implemented, it takes years to end. For example, sa karon sa K-12, K-12 phased in at this year and then naay possibility sa next year ma-discontinue siya. Then another set of curriculum will be added, implement or adapt diris ato ang country. So, muna siya pasabot sa phase in and phase out. Number 4, curriculum change depends on people who will implement the change. Teachers will implement the curriculum used to involve in the development. Teachers are the implementers of the curriculum. At this time, kasi teacher man ang implementer, so he or she should be able to meet the objectives or desired learning outcomes and must target the interest of the students. Kaya if once dili ma-target or makatch up ang interest sa students is useless lang ang desired plan if dili siya effective. So, as well as dili makita ang ways of teaching ni teachers sa iyang ka-creative in terms of na dapat dili mawala ang enjoyment while learning para mas nindot ang performance sa isa ka student. Number 5, curriculum development is a cooperative group activity. Group decision in some aspect of curriculum development are suggested. Consultation with stakeholders, when possible, will add to sense of ownership. So, any changes in the curriculum involve you dapat ang stakeholders, which is the teachers, students, and administrators. So, the teacher will work together with the administrator, professional planner, and curriculum developer. So, if any changes ang mahimo without na walay pagsinabtanay or support sa group, educators will fail. So, dapat yun na ay cooperation or teamwork to effect positive curriculum change. So, significant curriculum improve and success comes about the true effective group activity. Number 6. Curriculum development is a decision-making process made from choices of alternatives. A curriculum developer or designer must decide what content to teach, philosophy or point of view to support, how to provide multicultural groups, what methods or strategies, and what type of evaluation to use. So, diri na part is very essential. Diri mo sulod ang choices sa teachers ug unsa ang ilang paghimuon nga content, which is unsa ang dapat i-include ug i-exclude. What plans best serve the needs of the students as well as the society, and how will classes and grade levels will be organized. At this point, the teacher must assure that all students have an equal opportunity to learn.
Curriculum development is an ongoing process. Continuous monitoring, examination, evaluation, improvement of curricula are to be considered in the design. As the need of learners change, as society changes, and as new knowledge and technology appear, the curriculum must change. So as we observe nga nanatay K-12 because of the demand of international, because as we observe in our society, education in the Philippines is nang lack of 2 years. But is observe nato nga ang nurse or any profession sa Pilipinas is dili siya recognized internationally. That is why K-12 curriculum is implemented para ma-sustain nato nga lack sa atong education. Next is curriculum development more effective. It is comprehensive rather than piecemeal. It must be carefully planned, should carefully establish intended outcome, support resources and needed time available, and should equip teaching staff pedagogically. So, curriculum is gina-plano na siya, gina-istudihan, gina-research, bago siya i-implement. And then, before the implementation of the curriculum, the needed materials like books or mga teaching materials is gina-supply na, gina-prepare na daan sa government before siya i-implement. Curriculum development is more effective when it follows a system process. A curriculum design is composed of desired outcomes, subject matter content complemented with references, set of procedures, needed materials and resources, an evaluation procedure which can be placed in a matrix. So one of this example of a curriculum design is a lesson plan. So later on, I will discuss to you about its lesson plan and its component. So next is curriculum development. It starts from where the curriculum is. Curriculum planners and designers should begin with existing curriculum. An existing design is a good starting point for any teachers who plans to enhance and enrich the curriculum.